Approved Home Pros, connecting you to today's trends, easy upgrades, and the tips, advice, and answers you need for your home, featuring trusted local experts and San Diego's best home pros, guaranteed. Now, Approved Home Pros.
Welcome to Approved Home Pros. I'm Sean Johnson.
And I'm Jordan Frazier. Sean, welcome to season 2.
I'm so excited. We put so much work into the season, and there are so many great things we're going to be bringing to the audience with our experts and just great topics to tell people.
Well, definitely great topics. I want to tap a little bit more into those experts because, as you know, all the pros you've ever seen on Approved Home Pros are experts in their field, but we definitely are elevating our expert status and how we're using them. So let's share a bit about that.
Yeah, we really call it the expert advantage with Approved Home Pros because we started as a network of the very best home improvement contractors who really are experts in San Diego. They screen and they vet the contractors that are in our network.
And if that wasn't enough, I got to tell you, as a homeowner, I have learned so much from these contractors and these experts, and I'm so grateful and I'm so impressed that that's even how we started to function, but there's more.
Yeah, well, the thing is, people want that expert advice. But what we found, all that was out there was consumer reviews, which have a place. But the experts that we go to, and you'll see on the show, see the work, they're in the field, and they know who the best contractors are and the best things for San Diego and San Diego homes.
Well, I have to tell you, I know we're going to talk a little bit about the Approved Home Pros creation story today, and doesn't it seem like maybe you wish 7 or 8 years ago you had this and you knew what was going on with these experts?
Yeah, I definitely wish that I had this show and everything around it 7 years ago. It would have been a different story.
As we are going to see, we're going to peek behind the curtain and learn what happened to Sean and Heather that sparked the original idea for Approved Home Pros.
I'm here with my lovely wife Heather in our home here in San Diego. When we first moved here, I think we had an experience like a lot of people do when they first move into a new home. I was very busy with a new job. You were trying to get the kids into school.
And Little League, taking care of the dogs, trying to build a network of friends. We were just busy with life, and we weren't really thinking about home improvement. You're not a home improvement person. You weren't then. You're getting better.
We like to rescue our dogs. We had a relatively new dog. That new rescue dogs have accidents sometimes. We had a lot of area rugs, and as you look around our house, a lot of tile, a lot of wood, so we had a lot of area rugs, and some of them very nice.
Very nice, and they needed to be cleaned, so I Googled companies. I spent quite a bit of time looking at reviews, checking out the website. I ended up selecting a company that we didn't have much luck with.
Yeah, you know, on the surface, the website looked okay. They'd been in business for a certain amount of time, and everything seemed okay online. But then when they arrived, I know that I was busy. I don't even think I was here the first time, but you had a kind of a check when you first saw who they were and what they looked like in the vehicle they arrived in.
Yeah, the vehicle wasn't very professional. The gentleman he brought with him didn't really seem trained and really knowing what he was doing.
Yeah, little things like no signs on the truck. Instead of some kind of a computerized thing, they had a triplicate carbon paper form that looked like it had been created in the 1960s. And they asked for a very, very high deposit, almost the entire cost of what they needed to clean the entire rugs. And they gave us some excuse as to why that was necessary. We were supposed to get the rugs back within a week. That passed.
Right, and I started to let you know. I mean, I had sent I left a few voicemails, sent a couple emails, and then you stepped in and took over.
Yeah, I stepped in and started calling, sending emails, leaving messages, and never got any reply until finally I sent something very sternly worded, got back a reply that had about 10 curse words, and the essential message was, "You're never getting your rugs back." And we discovered at that point they were a scam.
Don't trust your home improvement decisions to unverified consumer reviews on other sites. Approved Home Pros offers you free and easy access to expert reviews of San Diego's best home improvement professionals. Our in-depth screening, research, and reviews are conducted by experienced and trusted experts who are members of the local community with knowledge of local codes and common issues. Find San Diego pros and expert tips, advice, and answers on ApprovedHomePros.com.
The overwhelming majority of homeowners in San Diego could be saving considerable money by going solar, but they aren't. Even with the recent rate increases that make it even more painful, most people will still choose to buy expensive power from the utility company. Why? That's why Brian Milholland from Sun Powered by Milholland is with us today. And people are not choosing to go solar when they really should be. I think one of the big reasons is people are confused by all the advertising that's out there.
Oh, absolutely. It's very competitive in San Diego for companies that are trying to solicit solar.
And there's a lot of mixed messages that people send out, and they're focusing on different areas. I think people get confused by that. And I don't think people also understand the rate changes and really what people are paying today.
Yeah, and a lot of people, they just don't understand, like, what can we do? Will solar really help? And I'm telling you that solar does help. I have a contractor friend who a few years back, about 8 years back, I looked at solar for his home and he was paying about $50 a month. And at that time I said, no, solar is probably not a good prospect for you. I talked to him this past weekend. His bill is now up to $200 a month, and we're going to save him $60 a month by going solar.
So in 8 years, his bill went from 50 to 200. I think a lot of people have experienced that. Does his utility usage increase?
His usage did not increase, just the cost of electricity has gone up that much.
And that's what people are facing. And
Yeah.
so most San Diegans today would save considerably by going solar.
Absolutely. Every ratepayer in San Diego can save money by going solar. It just varies by how much they're going to save, by how much they use.
Okay. And when people are looking at solar, I think people a lot of times also don't understand, they think there's some catch. They think there's some
Right.
hidden thing in there, because you're saying that people can save money from month one with solar if
Absolutely.
when solar's done the right way.
Okay, so yes, and we have loan programs that people can purchase solar with no money down. They don't start making a payment on the loan until we reduce their electric bill. So they see a cost decrease in their electric bill before they need to pay for solar for the first month. And that first month will have a savings.
So going back to your contractor friend, for example, that savings that he had, $60 a month, was from month one, all in, net, all his payments for the system and
Absolutely.
everything.
When you add up what he's still left to pay in electricity, because you still will have a meter fee that you need to pay, about $11 a month, and then you add in the cost for the loan for solar, he's going to be saving $60 a month.
Now, with people that are having this confusion, you're available for them to go through if they've had other solar quotes from other companies, and you'll go through whatever they have on the table and maybe help make
Absolutely,
sense out of it.
and people are very smart. They want to have the best deal. They want to get the best materials. They want to use the best contractor, but sometimes they use their own worst enemy. They'll get 8 or 10 estimates on solar, and it gets very confusing unless you know exactly what you're looking for. And a lot of companies will do that. They try to confuse the consumer so that their quote looks better. At Milhan, our consultants will come out and help you explain what you're actually doing. You're purchasing kilowatt hours, so we'll help you break down your quotes into that and help you narrow the choices.
Well, thank you so much, Brian. That's what SunPowered by Milholland is there to do, is to help you figure out what's right for your home, and you can find them at ApprovedHomePros.com like all of our pros. Now, we head out to more furniture for less to find out what's hot in patio furniture this year and how to make it last.
Well, summer is well underway, and we know the heat's going to be around for at least a few more months in typical San Diego fashion. So it's time to talk about patio furniture for 2018 and what, if you aren't already using it, what you need to know. So I'm here with Josh Tomlinson at More Furniture for Less, where we're talking all about the styles, durability, and kind of mix and matchability of what we have for patio furniture this year.
Yeah, we have a lot of really great options if you're wanting to just have a nice seating area, if you want to have a place for dining, and maybe a fire pit with some casual chairs around it.
All three?
We take all three, right? So we have all those options, and you can mix and match and really cater to your space. A lot of these pieces are modular, so you scale them up and down and do what you need to do. A couple of really good things that I think are willing to stand out are the durability and the construction of these pieces. They're used. The PVC is actually a synthetic material made to look like wicker.
Okay.
So that's going to be very durable. You can just basically spray it off with a hose.
Easy to clean.
Very
That's the
easy
magic
to
word for outside.
Very much so. And the other thing to note is the fabric on the seats is a Sunbrella, which is a very well-known brand in regards to durability with UV resistant rays and things like that are going to make it very durable over time, so you're going to be able to use it, several seasons.
Any tips for helping it last even longer?
Well, if you can keep it out of the sun, that would be ideal. So covering up your cushions and maybe storing them when it is cool, for the most part, that's really the best thing. And then keeping them clean-wise, it's pretty easy. It's all pretty durable stuff. So again, spraying it with a hose, letting it dry, that type of thing is pretty easy.
What do we need to know about dining options?
Dining, really, same type of thing. You have the same type of seating cushions available. Really just configurations as far as what you have space for. There's really all sorts of options. I think the most notable for the dining is that you have sets that mix the table with the sectional, which is kind of cool. So if you do want to have a nice casual space and still have a spot to eat, you can kind of intertwine both, which is very exciting. So.
And of course, if you want to remove that table and replace it with a fire pit, one of my favorite features, that's an option too.
Yes, we combine a fire pit with a table. So you have places to eat, set your drinks, and still get some a spot for the s'mores if you want to do some s'mores. So.
And of course, it's never too late in the year to start picking out your patio furniture. It will be warm. We want to be outside in San Diego. Josh, there are 4 locations for people to come shopping. Where do they go?
Come to Miramar. This is our best patio section. But also San Marcos, you have El Cajon, and then National City.
It's never too late in the year to pick out your patio furniture. You're going to use it all year long. So visit more today and check out ApprovedHomePros.com to find the location nearest you or any other pros you might need for your home.
Hi, I'm Cheryl with Superior Floor and Cabinet Designs, and I have a quick tip for you today. Believe it or not, you're supposed to vacuum your carpet 3 to 5 times a week. I don't think that actually happens in anybody's real life, but the really important thing to keep in mind is don't use a vacuum cleaner with a beater bar. It actually really destroys your carpet. It beats it up too much and it will not last as long.
Last we left off with Sean and Heather Johnson. They had just been taken advantage of by an unscrupulous contractor. So they're back here to talk to me, along with Greg Cantor, our resident expert, to find out what happened next. Sean, you must have been so angry.
Oh, it was such a violating experience. We were so angry and we felt helpless. But I was lucky enough to know Greg Cantor, and he was a great client and a friend from a company I worked with. And I was sharing my experience, and he started giving me all kinds of input on things I should have known before I hired the contractor.
You see that a lot, Greg. I'm sure people turn to you, as our resident expert and president of Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel. People are always asking you advice.
Absolutely. I get friends and family and past clients all asking for information, and I know who all the good guys and bad guys are, and I also know how to educate consumers.
Which is key to what we ended up with here as Approved Home Pros. Heather, I want to talk to you now because back in Phoenix, in Arizona, before you came out here, the idea kind of started back then.
Yeah, I worked with a company called Rosie on the House in Arizona, and they were very similar to what we do. And I was just blown away by all the contractors, the networking that they did within each other, and they knew the good from the bad. And it was just a really incredible program. And we moved here, and I discovered there was nothing like that. So, I mean, it was perfect.
Right, there's not. And the story that happened to you guys is all too common. And now that, of course, we've paired Greg's brain power and the think tank, Sean, what kind of happened next? What were the first steps?
Well, we realized not everybody had a Greg. We were lucky enough, and it was a resource that we should have gone to earlier to avoid the problem. We realized there wasn't a Greg for everybody, so we started to think about what do we do to take Heather's experience from knowing there was a show and Greg's experience, and we started just to say, Greg, who are some of the people that you know? Who are the great contractors? And
who are the best of the best?
Who are the best of the best? And what are some of the things that are in common with them that you can educate people about?
So once the network started to form, you were reaching out to those different contractors, and we found that all the best of the best they all have the same kind of attitude when it comes to educating homeowners.
Yeah, they do. And also one of the things that was most important is, and I think Greg, you said it earlier, you knew who the best people in the business were and you could identify them quickly.
Right, and it was a great opportunity for us to build our relationship, build our pros, and then the pros brought in other pros and everyone was vetted by the pros, and so it's a great amount of synergy that we have together.
Absolutely, and so the idea has snowballed. Approved Home Pros was born, and you'll find out later in the show how we've come to help thousands of San Diegans just like you.
Only Approved Home Pros gives you the expert advantage you need when navigating the world of home improvement. Our network is a team of the most trusted and highly respected local home improvement experts. Expert reviews, advice, and answers have given thousands of homeowners like you the confidence that comes from having a team of professionals behind you. Like a friend in the business, we're here to protect your home and family by making it easy to find and connect with San Diego's best pros at ApprovedHomePros.com.
I'm here with our Ace Hardware Project of the Week with Lou Manfredini. Lou, great to see you.
Nice to see you.
And today we're talking about painter's tape. I don't know a lot about painter's tape, but I know there's a difference in various versions.
Well, when you come to your average Ace Hardware store, you're going to find a lot of tape. There's actually more tape than you probably need to buy when it comes to painting, but it is important. 3M, of course, was kind of the originator of the Blue Painter's tape. We also have an Ace brand that we sell, and then this Frog tape, which is what I have displayed on this panel, is really been sort of a game changer because they use sort of this edge lock technology.
Okay.
And so
I've
when
heard
you're
of this,
putting any kind of paint on here, painter's tape rather, if you're going around trim or you're going to create some stripes on a wall, the trick is when you apply it to then use your finger to set it, because the whole idea is that when you apply that paint, okay, and you're kind of creating those lines, whatever it may be, if you don't set it, when you peel the tape, you're going to get what they call bleed through. Now, painter's tape also has what they call a release, meaning that on average it takes about 15 days, and then you need to take the tape off. Otherwise, there'll be a residue. When you're doing any kind of taping, you want to come across on an angle like this to kind of give you that crisp line. Now, that's just a very light coat of paint that you can see there, but you see how crisp that line is? Good quality painter's tape. Talk to the associates in the store to tell them exactly what you're working on so you get the right stuff. Set it, paint it, peel it like a pro.
And if you wait too long, it can some of the paint can come off, right?
Correct, right. So if you over paint on it, you want to do it while it's still damp and peel it away and then let it dry.
That makes a lot of sense.
Look at the stuff you're learning.
Hey, I start out knowing nothing, and I've learned a lot already because I've made the same mistakes.
Right.
I've painted and I've left it on too long, and I've peeled off large portions of the paint job myself.
You'll see on most of the on the rolls, they will have what they call a release time. Some go as long as 30 days because, I mean, for a lot of people, if you think about a paint project, right? Maybe you're going to do it on the weekends, and you're going to do it over several weekends, and so it's not realistic that you're going to do all the taping and then take it and peel it all away. So look for tapes that have a longer release time if you know the project's going to go a couple weekends.
That way, I have a little bit more freedom. That's marvelous. So if you are going to be doing any painting, head into your local Ace Hardware store or go to sdacehardware.com to find the store nearest you.
Remodeling your home should be fun, exciting, and a rewarding experience. It should not be stressful or feel like a burden if you hire the right professional. Today I would like to identify a few of the hallmarks of a great home improvement experience. Number one is trust. It is important that the contractor you choose earns your trust and that you feel that level of confidence through the entire process. Before signing a contract, I recommend meeting the owner of the company. Number two, great communication. Remodeling is a long-term relationship, so open communication is vital. Your contractor should listen to you attentively and communicate with you actively throughout the entire process. With transparency and open dialogue, work will be executed to meet your lifestyle and budget goals. Number three, inclusive. As the homeowner, your voice should be heard and included in space planning, selecting finishes, budgeting, and when there are decisions to make in the field. Having regular meetings with your remodeling professional helps avoid surprises and ensure that the finished project is everything you expected and more.
Summertime, with all the house guests and visitors, can be taxing on your plumbing. That's why Scott Farrell is here to help us with the warning signs on the most common plumbing problem. Scott, great to have you in today. You're plumbing expert, been with the network for a very long time. We've talked about some of the problems that people can face in plumbing in preparation, because one of them is stoppages and things that are backing up in your plumbing.
Yeah, people, especially with people with 50-year-old houses, they're going to have some problems with their drains eventually. When they do, if your house is that old, please get a couple different estimates.
So people are facing a stoppage. Are they going to see that likely if it's a severe problem in just one area, like one drain, or is it going to be multiple?
Multiple sometimes it's the whole house. You know, if you have water showing up in your shower, your bathroom, tub or something, you probably have a mainline stoppage, would be my guess.
Now, this is an area where people unfortunately get taken advantage of quite often, because people will come out and try and tell the consumer that they need a lot of work done. What's some of the things that people might be told that are warning signs that they might be being sold more than they would need?
Warning sign for me usually is you need to replace the drains from your curb through your house to every fixture in your kitchen, and we're going to fix it for you for a monthly price. That's a warning sign, instead of here's a couple options for your problem.
So if somebody comes in and you call a company out to be able to jet your drains or fix your drains, and they come out and they quickly try and tell you that you have a problem or stoppage all the way to the main sewer line, that's going to be a warning sign right away that they do that very quickly, and it's a huge problem that they report without a lot of investigation.
Well, they're going to do it because I think, this is just me, they can rationalize it's 50 years old, it's all old, we need to replace it all, and it's going to cost thousands and thousands of dollars. I want this job.
Do they often do that before they do the jetting portion, which is when you come down with a camera and a jet and you kind of clear the lines, right? Should that be done first with the main stoppage?
Yeah, a lot of times if they get it clear, and then they'll run a camera down it before they jet it and before they clean it. And you'll see a video of what looks horrific. You know, if you can, have it cleared, have it cleaned with a jetter, and then have it cambered and then assess what's really going on.
So when you come out, you want to do that, you're going to educate people about different options and give them a variety of things that they can do rather than just try and tell them you have one problem, one solution, and try and sell them a big job.
Yeah, and on an old house especially, you know, if you have a big problem, like it's all bad, okay, well, let's fix what we need to fix, and then let them prepare for someday an eventual, you know, sewer pipe replacement. But that's a big deal.
I think that's important because you're giving them a variety of options and a variety of things to prepare for rather than just trying to sell one big job. Thank you so much, Scott. Scott and Black Mountain Plumbing are available for you at ApprovedHomePros.com. Now, you have an incredible amount of options when it comes to fire features for your backyard. Jordan's at Thompson Building Materials.
Well, in San Diego, we have beautiful weather all year round, so why wouldn't you want to spend more time outside? Part of that, of course, is having a focal feature just like this fire pit. So I am here at Thompson Building Materials with Derek Pritchett, an outdoor living expert, to talk all about the fire options that you have when it comes to creating that focal space in your backyard.
Yeah, there's a lot of options out there. We have some entry-level models that maybe just offer a few different finishes and colors.
So those are pre-shaped?
Pre-shaped, yeah, there'll be a prefab unit, so you can just a couple different options to select from there. And then we can get into customization as we have here, where we can have the customer design whatever shape, style, or design that they want with whatever finishes they want, whether it's here we have granite and porcelain tile that's mixed in here in a mosaic. We can do brick, we can do pebbles, we can do stucco, we can do tile, we can do anything that the customer wants to finish it with in any shape.
Well, because Thompson Building Materials has an entire building materials yard at their disposal as far as resources go. So when he says anything that you want, he's talking anything you want.
We've done some really unique pieces over in the past and that are really functional. We've got the centerpiece here can be a fire element. You can also have ice buckets there, so if you have some drinks in there, if the family's gathering around here.
Just be sure you turn the fire off for that part.
You don't want to turn the fire off. It'll become water real quick.
So let's talk a little bit more about the kind of features you can have like that. So this can become an ice bowl. Obviously, you can eat at this. You can drink, gather the family and the friends.
They can have speakers and music added to these things. We do also outdoor fireplaces. We do fire bowls, fire tables. We can do bar height size or height fire tables. So anything that you want to put a fire into, we can do. Right.
But there are quite a few sizes and shapes available.
There are quite a few available, and if we did have to custom make anything for you, turnaround time, depending on the scale and scope of things, we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 weeks.
So you want to come down to Thompson Building Materials today, whether you are ready to select a prefabricated fire feature, whether it's a bowl, a table, linear rectangle. They have all kinds of shapes and sizes for you to check out today. Or if you want to have something custom made, they can help you go through the entire process start to finish. Visit the showroom today. They are just 5 miles outside of downtown off the 94 freeway.
One of Approved Home Pros' core missions is to help educate homeowners about various aspects of home improvement. That's why Ask an Expert is here to get the inside scoop on topics you need to know about from our industry experts. Today, Greg Cantor, resident expert and president of Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel, and Brian Milholland from SunPower by Milholland. Guys, there's been a lot on the California State License Board website and in the news about sting operations they've done to get unlicensed contractors. Is there a lot of problem in California with unlicensed contractors, Greg?
There sure is, and I think it's great that the Contractor State License Board is doing these sting operations, because the pros in our network you can trust, but there's a lot of trades out there that are not trustworthy, and they're stinging those guys.
Yeah, Brian, what are some of the dangers of going with somebody that's an unlicensed contractor?
Well, if you use an unlicensed contractor, all the liability on the work that's being done is transferred to the homeowner. So there's no insurance, even the long-term effects, all of that liability transfers to the homeowner.
And oftentimes they get people with these people end up with the unlicensed contractors. They're looking for a cheap deal.
Right, and cheap is usually what they get. It's not going to last. It's going to be terrible workmanship. And you think of your home value over time. If you use a contractor like that, it's going to show, and it's going to actually depreciate the value of your house.
No, that's a great point. Greg, we do all the screening and vetting of our pros in our network, but if somebody doesn't go with one of our pros, they can go on the state license board and find out if somebody is licensed.
They sure can, and it's a great resource for homeowners who are going to do any kind of home improvement, and it tells you everything except one thing, and that's liability insurance. The license board shows you workers' comp, bonding, licensing, and all that, but you need to ask the pro to send you liability insurance.
Yeah, that you need to have that liability insurance, because if not, you can be on the hook for that. Thank you, guys. All the experts at ApprovedHomePros.com have been thoroughly screened and vetted. So if you have a question for our experts, email info@ApprovedHomePros.com.
Hi, it's Katie with Neat Method, and my quick tip today is to use a slim hanger to hang your clothes. This is going to save about 3 times the amount of space as a wooden hanger and 2 times the amount of space as a plastic hanger.
We're back with Sean and Heather Johnson, the co-founders of Approved Home Pros, as well as Greg Cantor, our resident expert and president of Murray Lampert Design Build Remodel. Last we left off, the idea for Approved Home Pros was just taking shape, but here we are 7 years later, you guys. Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it. 7 years, it's been an amazing ride, and we've gotten to help thousands and thousands of San Diego homeowners in the process and connect them with the right home improvement companies.
I can vouch for that. I have used many of the pros in our network since becoming a homeowner 3 years ago, and Greg has been integral into that as well. I know I had a basement flood, and the first thing I did was call Greg. So I'm so happy that I have a Greg to call, but everyone has a Greg now.
Everyone has a Greg.
Because they have Approved Home Pros to turn to.
Yeah, we developed a cloning system. No, just kidding.
I wish I could be cloned.
But Greg is not personally available for people to call, but his influence is, because he has created this screening and vetting system for us to be able to bring all these pros into our network that he's just as confident in as the homeowner should be, because he knows them and sees their work.
And it's really exciting to see it grow and filling the categories and where we've come in such a short amount of time.
Yeah, our network is huge now, and we have something for everyone. If you need help for your home, we can help you. And if you call, Heather is the one usually on the other end of the line to actually guide you to maybe what you need if you're not sure, because that happens all the time too.
That does happen a lot. People will call, we don't have somebody in the network. I can reach out to Greg, I can reach out to other pros, find that pro for them, and then we follow them through the job too to make sure that they're happy.
Because we are local, we're here on the ground in San Diego, we're also guaranteeing that you're going to be satisfied with what's happening, right, Sean?
Yeah, we guarantee that you're going to be satisfied with your home improvement experience with a company that you hire through Approved Home Pros, or we're going to step in to help make it right and figure out the situation for you. We're the only company I'm aware of that offers that kind of a guarantee of satisfaction.
And there's no other company, and national company, that would actually answer the phone and give you a referral.
Right, yeah. We tried to form the network to be what you at home are looking for. You want something easy, free to use, local. We're here on the ground. So whatever it is that you need for your home, you can always turn to ApprovedHomePros.com. Throughout the show tonight, we've learned all about how Approved Home Pros came to be. And the most important part, though, Sean, is how do people use it today? Yep. How do they take advantage of all of these great things that we offer?
Well, for homeowners at home, the simplest thing to do is go to ApprovedHomePros.com. If you need any service, any project, anything for your home, there's a search bar right on the home page. It's really easy to use. Type in what you're looking for, and you're going to find the pros that we recommend that have been screened and vetted by our experts. And you can also find content about anything.
That's important too. So not only the pros are available for you, but every episodes you've seen, information, articles, we've got information on all sorts of home improvement topics.
Yeah, and it's all expert driven. And of course, if you use one of our pros, it's guaranteed. We guarantee that you're going to be satisfied with the work they do, or we'll step in to help make it right.
Whatever you need for your home, turn to Approved Home Pros. It's free, it's local, it's easy, and guaranteed. We want you to have a positive home improvement experience, which you'll get when you use ApprovedHomePros.com.
Thank you for joining the Approved Home Pro Show. To connect with the show or find the very best home improvement companies in San Diego, log on to ApprovedHomePros.com or call 855-840-A-PRO. Join us each week on News Radio 600 Cocoa. See you soon.